Are you super intimidated with the idea of marketing your business? You are not alone. I talk to entrepreneurs every day who are like, I have this incredible idea, or, I went through this experience and now I'm ready to help other people to go through a similar experience. And I feel drawn to start this business. And they're so excited and so ready. And then it gets to the place of like, oh God, how do I get clients? And they're like, I don't know what to do. And you know what? That's okay. I'm here to tell you that's totally normal, especially if you've never done marketing before, you've never started a business before, right? You're not going to know how to market your business, and that's totally okay. I wanted to tell you a little bit today about what it means to hire a mentor when you're at that spot. So you've got a couple different options, right? You're like, okay, I'm starting this business, or I've started it, but I'm not quite getting the traction that I want, or I've gotten about as far as I can without doing any marketing. So what do I do? You've got a couple different options. One is you can Google, right? And you can use ChatGPT and you can get a ton of amazing ideas. All of those places are great places for amazing ideas. You can take some courses, maybe on some, very specific types of things you might do to market your business. But what is missing in all of those is a really customized plan that's built just for you. And I find so much easier to start with a full marketing plan about what you need to do. And here's why. One, if you're sitting there Googling all the time, you're going to get a lot of ideas. And the last thing you need as an entrepreneur is more ideas about things that you could do to grow your business, because you already have 1,000 different ideas, right? And 1,000 different things that you've never done before that you need to do, like bookkeeping and, sourcing your products and, making a website. And there's so many things to do as a new entrepreneur. So if you're just trying to figure out all of the search results that you get in Google or ChatGPT and which ones are right for you, it can be more overwhelming than you felt when you started. So sometimes that Google method, it's great. There's lots of great information, but how do you wade through that? Same thing with courses. One of the things that happens when you take a course is you're assuming that the tactic that you're taking the course about is going to work for you. So you're assuming that, let's say, social media is going to be good for you, for your business, or doing reels is going to be good for your business, or, one of those things. And it might not be. Or it might not be best for your business right now. So there's an alternate way to do it, and that's to hire a marketing mentor from the start. I can promise you that the people who hire me end up making money faster and end up saving themselves money on a bunch of courses that are going to teach them things that maybe don't really work for them or work for their business. So here's what it looks like to work with a marketing mentor like me, though I don't know how other marketing mentors work. So working with a mentor like me. So here's what I do. I help people by helping them go through, let me show you the next slide, kind of a unique process. This is a process that I have put together that I go through with my clients. It's created just by me, for me, copyrighted by me. And it really helps you to define all of the different aspects of your business before you add on the marketing. And let me walk you through this process. I've developed this after building many of my own successful businesses, as well as working with other entrepreneurs. And you spent 20 plus years in the corporate world building brands for politicians, small businesses, startups, all the way to huge multinational conglomerates. So here's the 3-step process. The first step is really what I call rooting. And that's where we spend time, and we'll do this all together, where we really dive into what's your mission? What are your vision? What are your values? Why are you doing this thing in the first place? Because I can tell you, when things get hard and business gets hard, it gets hard and it gets boring and it gets overwhelming. If you can come back to a very strong mission statement and a belief of why you were put on this earth and how you're going to help people, it will get you through those tough times. I promise you. I go back to my vision statement all the time, especially when I feel like things are getting rough, which happens a lot, right? And that's not to dissuade you from doing business. It's just kind of the truth of it, right? You want to do a marathon, you're going to have, some sore muscles, right? And it's the same thing with running a business. So we really spend a lot of time thinking about, why are you doing this business? What's your mission? What are your vision? What are your values? What's your superpower? How can you uniquely help people in a way that no one else can? And I promise you, you've got that inside of you, right? There's a way that you can offer value that no one else can, and really spending some time figuring out what that is, because your superpower gets married with the people that you serve. And that's the second part. Together, those things will make your attraction plan, which is your actual kind of what we would call your marketing plan. So now we've done this rooting process. The second thing we do is we look at service. So who are the people that we want to serve? So all sort of the normal things you would talk about if you're taking any classes on like customer avatar. It's, who am I talking to? How old are they? Where do they live? What's important to them? But the most important thing here is, where are my clients now and where do they want to be? And how do I specifically offer them value that no one else can? Often what we do is we start our business with here's the thing that I'm going to offer, and here's all the elements of what it does, right? We go right to the features of whatever our product is, instead of saying, what's the benefit to the customer? Where are they struggling now? Where do they want to be? Because the best marketing is the marketing that takes them on that journey of where are they now and where do they want to be. And so we really spend time building that out, because from that, we then can say, okay, what's your superpower? And how does that marry in with the people you want to serve and their challenges? And therefore, we're able to create your specific magnetic message that's going to draw clients to you. And we're also able to figure out, what products do you offer, if that's something that you don't maybe know already. And some businesses don't know yet, especially new coaches. I work with a lot of brand new coaches, and they're not completely sure exactly what they're going to offer. Okay, so we've done this rooting process, we've done this service process, and then we go on to attraction. And this is sort of your standard marketing plan. This is where we say, okay, are you going to do social media? Are you going to do speaking? Are you going to be on podcasts? Are you going to host a podcast? Are you going to write things? And I always create a very customized view on this. So I'm not going to tell you, here's what you have to do. I will work with you to say, okay, what's your personality like? What are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to marketing and creating a personal brand? Because some people aren't great on video, right? I can sit and do this very easily, but I'm a trained actress, right? I was a professional improv actress. This is easy for me. It's not easy for a lot of people. And so we'll spend time saying, okay, here are the things that work. And that's what I bring to the table, right? Here's the things that work for small businesses and how frequently you have to do them, and what they look like and how to actually make those things happen. And then we combine that with your personality, what you are comfortable doing. And we marry those two together to say, okay, what makes the most sense to get in front of your ideal audience? And so making this a real customized process, I think, is incredibly valuable for you, because you're not going to get something that's just a cookie cutter. You have to do social media, you have to do it this way, you have to do this way. It's really designed not only for you and your personality and what you want to do with your business, but it marries that again with your clients, who they are and what their needs are. And then it connects that with what works in marketing right now, because it's changing all of the time, right? And so I read research papers all the time, like nerdy research papers on what type of marketing works. So you can get all of that from me. So that's what you get from working with a marketing mentor, how it works. I work with my clients generally once a week for 3 months. That first month, we spend doing the strategy pieces that we just talked about. From there, we move on to execution. And that varies by the person. Sometimes it's, okay, you know what, you need a website, you need this. Sometimes it's, you have all that stuff. Let's just start doing some networking. Let's start doing some social media, or, let's start your podcast and let's get that moving. It depends on what makes the most sense for you and your business. But we'll start executing. Have me with you every single week, helping you every step along the way, teaching you how to write great copy, how to create reels, how to create a website that works. And if we can't do it together, we need to outsource it. I've got a whole bunch of partners who are amazing at doing things like websites and copywriting. I'm a photographer, so you can get pictures done with me or with someone else if you were not in the same area. I'm in Dallas. And so we'll work on that usually every week for the next 2 months. So it's once a week for the first 3 months. From there, most people will move down to twice a month, sometimes once a month. It's usually twice a month for at least another 3 months or so. Just sometimes it's a kind of a combination of learning some new skills, getting some feedback, doing some mindset work, right? Like, it's scary being the face of your brand. I get it. And so really kind of working through what's coming up for you. It can be things like, how do I post on Instagram, or, what's the best way to do things on TikTok? And it's also a lot of accountability. So what's the plan? Are you working on towards it? Well, I love using Trello. So we create Trello boards where you've got all of the things that you need to get done. And if it's not Trello and you have a different organization system, that's cool too. But we try to make sure that you leave every single meeting with, okay, here's what's gone, here's what you've done, here's what's worked, here's some guidance for the next week or two, and here's your homework. And often we'll also have a calendar of exactly what you're supposed to do day by day, which just makes life so much easier. And in between meetings, if you want to email me or whatever and say, hey, can you check out this webpage? Can you check out this landing page? Or my favorite is when you send me notes and say, oh my God, I did this and it worked, and I'm so excited, or whatever, I did this and it flopped, and which happens too, right? Sometimes you'll post a reel and it'll be at the same moment that some famous person passes away, and the algorithm's not gonna show it because people are worried about something else, right? Or Kylie Jenner gets engaged to whoever, I don't know. Anyway, so I hope that this convinces you that a marketing mentor and a business growth guide like me is ideal for you if you're just starting your business and you feel totally intimidated by what to do with marketing. This is the fastest way to get to where you're going. And yes, full disclosure, it costs money, but for most of my clients, they were able to get to revenue much quicker and save a lot of money not doing things that they didn't need to be doing because it wasn't going to work for themselves or for their audience. So if you have any questions or you want to work with me, give me a holler. My website is sherrysutton.com, SherrySutton.com. You can text me. My number is 512-632-1689, or you can email me at sherrysutton.com. And I'm on all the social places. Just look for Sherry Sutton. And I recently did a TED Talk, which I would love for you to watch. It's all about my journey of finding my authentic self through entrepreneurship. It's an incredibly personal and vulnerable look at how I got to where I am today, and will hopefully be inspiring for you as you walk your path to creating your own business and your own personal brand. So you can find that on the TEDx YouTube channel. Just search for my name, or you can search for Sherry Sutton, and the title is How Facebook Saved My Life and Started an Authenticity Revolution. And I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah.